Welcome back to my channel, everyone. So will you stop it? Ah. So today I'm being abused.
Damn.
But today I am doing a turquoise stone inspired look. So I don't think I have anything else to say. Don't throw anything else at me. Okay, let's get started before he starts throwing things at me. So to start off, I'm going to be prepping my lips with a lip balm and my skin with the MAC Skin Base Visage. So I'm just rubbing this all over my face. I found this to be kind of a dupe for the Rimmel one I use, the Fix and Perfect, but it doesn't have that perfumey scent to it, so I really like it. And I apologize for my nasally voice. My allergies are kicking my ass today. So for my brows, I'm just filling them in with the Maybelline Brow Fibers, kind of brushing them up. I want my brows to be really natural for this look, almost kind of feathery, but also still really full and sculpted. So I'm just filling them in. This is the color Soft Brown. I would definitely go a color up in darkness if you're going to get these, because they do run a little bit light. And then I'm setting it all with the brow mascara, also in Soft Brown. So for my face, I'm using my light to medium Olay tinted moisturizer. You can use any kind of foundation you want, but I wanted this to be a really natural skin and kind of brow look to go with the really dramatic, fancy eye makeup that we have going on. And I'm just blending this out with this kind of teardrop shaped sponge. I'm using the little end to get in all of the creases and nooks and crannies. This one I got from Walgreens and it actually works really well, especially when it's wet. It's definitely a good dupe for the Beauty Blender. And then I just use the big end to kind of go over everything, make sure it's not streaky, and make sure everything is nice and filled in. And it actually really does help if you have acne, because it doesn't clog your pores, but it gives you a little bit of a tint and a little bit of coverage. It kind of evens out some redness, and plus it has SPF. So I'm just setting that all down with the e.l.f. translucent powder and a big Urban Decay brush. And I found that if you set these moisturizers down with powder, they don't move around as much, just like with foundation. So now I'm taking this teal color tattoo. I'm going to just warm up the product with my finger and put it on my eye so that we get this perfect turquoise stone color. Another color you could use is Hydroplane or Ibiza from ColourPop. Those are really similar, but this one just has a lot of shimmer in it, so I didn't have to add any extra, and it's also a really vibrant color. This one's called Tenacious Teal, and this one is really old, so it will blend out much better if you get a new one. Mine is just like super, super old. It's one of like the first makeup products I purchased that was like actual drugstore makeup and not like little kid in a kit makeup. So for the details, I'm just going to take a liquid liner. I'm using the NYX one, and I am just putting little black lines kind of all over my eyelids. It helps that my eyelids are very veiny, so I could just kind of draw over top of the veins, but you want it just to look like the black lines that run through the turquoise stones. Sorry about my sniffling. My allergies are just so bad the last couple days. But yeah, so you're just going to want to kind of make squiggly little lines all over, and I found using a thin-tipped brush was much easier than like a pen eyeliner, but it's up to you, whatever you're most comfortable with. So now to add a little bit more dimension and color, make it look a bit more real, I'm taking this bronze powder from Glamour Chicks, and I am just packing it on in random little spots, kind of overlapping with some of the veining and filling in some blank spots, and also putting a little bit in my inner corners. And this is just a MAC 252 brush, but any flat kind of shader brush will work, and you could also use a smaller brush if you feel so inclined to get really detailed. But you can see the kind of gold reflect now gives it a little bit more dimension. Now taking the Modster pencil from Arden's Inn, I think is what it's called, I'm just putting this on my bottom waterline in the outer corner, and then taking a brush, I'm going to smoke it out a little bit, because it was a bit heavy, but I highly recommend this pencil. It's super smooth, and I got it in a Birchbox, but it's lasted me forever. It's super nice, and you could kind of compare it to the Too Faced waterproof liner. This one is not waterproof though, just so you know, but it's the perfect black. So now I'm just adding some mascara. Of course, I'm using the Big Shot. You guys know this is my favorite mascara ever. And for my lips, I'm using this Manna liquid lipstick in the color, it says Tehran, Tehran. So that is the color, but it has a really nice scent, but it also applies super smooth, and they call it a liquid lip paint. So that is how I achieved this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and could laugh at my pain of Sean throwing things at me. Make sure you click my little face to subscribe. Don't throw the eyelash curler at me. And make sure that you watch my other videos coming up right here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And again, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. And bye.